Adam Friedman, Rivals.com, national recruiting analyst and rankings director for Rivals, here with one of the very best players in the 2025 class, number 15 overall in the Rivals 250, defensive back Faheem Delane, number 3 safety overall. You've got your top 5 now. We just saw it released there. Virginia Tech made that cut. We know that they're really close to your heart because your brother is obviously on the team there. What do you think about the Hokies and just where do they stand in your recruitment at this point?
Yes, sir. Definitely family vibes overall. I can see Coach Pride trying to turn the program around, and he's from Penn State, so he knows what good ball looks like. So definitely want to keep on just enjoying the process with them, and then seeing where it takes it. Because I can definitely see myself playing there. So.
Cool. Well, your brother Mansour Delane has had a great start to his career in Blacksburg. What has he told you about the inner workings of the program there, and just everything that the coaching staff has done to really switch momentum around?
Yes, sir. Definitely, they all straightforward guys. Guys who gonna coach you as a man and then football player. So those are just 2-in-1. So can't really ask for much more than that. Just develop you as a man and a player. So, and they're definitely guys who know ball and gonna just do every little thing to make sure that they can get the best outcome out of their players. So.
Sounds good. You've obviously been there a bunch, but you've also taken a few visits to Alabama. Alabama's made your top 5 here. They've been a team that you've held in high regard for quite a while. What do you see out of the Crimson Tide now that we're taking the next step in your recruitment?
They definitely, everybody sort of think Alabama was gonna fall off, but I always knew being at the practice they was balling. So definitely Coach T. Rob have a great connection with him, and definitely just a list of safeties that Coach Saban has coached. So he definitely has a knack for safeties, and he's so particular on the DBs. You see in all the YouTube videos, he's always coaching the DBs. So that's his group, and it would definitely be an honor to get coached by him. So.
You see the success that a guy like Caleb Downs had this year as a true freshman playing back there. Is that something that would be a big factor for you?
Definitely. I talked to Caleb when I was down there last time. He just broke down to me why he chose all the schools versus Ohio State and Georgia. He said Bama was the right fit for him, somewhere where he wanted to work and somewhere where he could just get best developed outside of all the chaos that goes on in recruiting. So this was the best place for him.
Sounds good. Well, Ohio State also made the cut here. The Buckeyes are a team that you've been very interested in pretty much from day one, and they've kind of reciprocated that interest. They were an early offer for you. When you look at the Buckeyes and the way their season went this year, what really stood out to you, and how big of a factor would be an early playing time be for you there?
Definitely. I want to go to a school where I can have the opportunity to play early. Definitely not scared of no competition or anything, but just these coaches, they can come and go. So you want to have that film as a freshman, so that when these coaches come and go, you're something that you have to yourself as a player. So definitely want to get on that field early, and yeah, definitely that's a big thing in my recruitment for me.
What stood out to you about their defensive scheme this year? Certainly one of the better defensive units in the entire country this year.
They run a 3-man safety look, so that's a higher opportunity for me to play. That's three spots. So definitely Coach knows he's a guy that comes from Oklahoma State when they had that great defense. So he definitely knows the defense looks like. And Coach Iliano, coach guys like Sauce Gardner and Kobe Bryant. So he knows what good safeties like. So I can see why that has a good mix and they shutting down offenses.
Nice. And LSU is a team that you've been very interested in for some time, even with the previous coaching staff there. So, what do you think of the Tigers at this point, and the changes that have gone on in that program, and what the future may look like for those guys?
Uh, Coach Cooks, the safeties coach, he's definitely one of the best safeties coaches I've been around. Just knowing football, just a coach's player. All the players have nothing but good things to say about him. And just LSU's history, Jamal Adams, DBU, all that. So that all plays a big role.
You've been down there before. What do you think of that environment and just the way that you'd fit in with that team and that style down there?
It's definitely crazy. Definitely one of the best experience I've been at. So definitely a crazy experience and something that like one in a million.
Mhm.
So it's crazy.
Yeah. When you think about Tennessee, the other team that made your Final Five here, the Vols certainly one of those teams out there that many consider to be a stock up team, a team that is gaining momentum in the national scene. When you talk to the coaches there, what's their big pitch to you?
Just turning the program around and turning heads. That's everybody's goal. So they always preach that they're on the up and up, and they need players just to come and put on for the Bulls. So basically, and Coach Banks, he runs a good aggressive defense. Definitely not scared to put that force down as a defense. So definitely like his style of play.
Sounds good. Now, when was the last time you were up at Knoxville? Were you there this season, or was it this
I
offseason?
haven't been there yet. I'm gonna get down there for a bowl game,
Okay,
or not a bowl game, bowl practice.
a bowl practice. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have a date set for that exactly?
No, not yet, but definitely gonna work that out soon.
Work that out. Okay. When you talk to the coaches over there, what do they tell you about your game and how it fits into their style?
They say they like aggressive safeties and defensive backs that are versatile. And, that's what I do. My biggest thing is versatility. I can play corner, safety, outside backer, nickel, all that. So they definitely like my versatility as a player.
Well, you're plenty physical to play in the box, right?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Nice. When we think about the future here, you've got your top five. We've got maybe a decision timeline. Am I understanding that correctly, or are we going to wait it out a little bit?
I want to decide after my OVs, so probably summertime, probably late summer, maybe before the season starts. So probably definitely before the season starts in late summer, probably.
Okay, so it sounds like we might have a pretty busy spring with visits to schools, maybe not in your top five too. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Always want to get down to Colorado. Definitely want to play for Dion. So, that's definitely a dream, just playing for Hall of Famer. A lot of people can't get that gold jacket, so definitely big
Yeah.
dream.
Well, look, they just pulled off a huge upset getting five-star Jordan Seaton out. He's from DC. I know you know him, you know his family over there. Have you talked to Jordan at all about his decision to play for Colorado, to commit to Colorado and potentially sign with them on Wednesday?
I mean, yeah, you hear everywhere, his biggest thing is just playing for African American head coach. That's a big thing. So and definitely a place that, you're gonna be a dog and you want to be a dog and you wanna but basically just like shock the world every time he played, and that's the place you want to be, They gonna have the headlines, you're gonna have the people there. So when you balling, they gonna know your name for sure.
Okay, sounds good. So do you have a visit set to Colorado at all?
I've been talking to a few coaches and definitely want to get down to visit in the spring. So
Okay, cool. Have you set any decision or any official visit dates just yet, or is that still in the future?
no, not yet. That's definitely coming soon though.
Okay, sounds good. All right. One of the best players in the 2025 class, Faheem Delane, taking another big step in his recruitment, naming a top five of Virginia Tech, Alabama, Ohio State, LSU, and Tennessee. And Colorado seems like they're in the mix as well. We'll keep an eye on that, Faheem. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. No problem.